Medfit Rehab founder Joanne James is a medical exercise specialist. Medfit Rehab, restoring strength and movement, making a difference in people's lives. 647-259-5481. MedfitRehab.com. If you've been diagnosed with a chronic ailment, diabetes, osteoporosis, cardiovascular cancer, Joanne James, medical exercise specialist for over 25 years, is your answer. Joanne and her hands-on team of professionals will design a customized medically based exercise program for you. Medfit Rehab provides the best in post-rehab functional conditioning programs. Medfit Rehab, 647-259-5841, medfitrehab.com. Good morning, and how are you this morning, Joanne?
I am well. I'm hoping you're well, and I want to wish you a happy new year.
Okay, this is the eve of the holiest day of the year, Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement.
Right.
So it's a heavy-duty time, and we have to fast for, well, you don't have to do anything, but if you're going to, at least 24 to 25 hours until tomorrow evening. So it's quite a tradition. Quite a tradition.
I've heard, Zelda.
Okay. Thank you for the good wishes.
My spirit goes out to you all. Have a very easy fast.
Thank you. That's exactly the right thing. Okay, so let's talk about why cardiac rehab can be a lifesaver. That's such an important issue. I'm so glad you brought it up.
Well, it's extremely important. And, unfortunately, the biggest problem is only 1 in 10 people actually, after being hospitalized for a heart attack or some kind of cardiac issue, really ever get to a cardiac rehab program. And it's for two reasons, or two kind of different reasons. But first of all, people have to understand that cardiac rehab programs are made of exercises and education and counseling, and it's designed to help people recover from a heart attack or other heart conditions. So it shouldn't be taken lightly. But interestingly enough, the doctors don't refer many of their patients into the cardiac rehab programs. And some of the patients just don't really consider it that important enough to actually either go or even continue once they're in the program. Plus, they may have other health issues that maybe run interference with that. But it is an extremely important part of recovery. And it's the exercise part that is actually, from the studies after studies after studies, has been shown to be most important in that person either recovering much better and being able to do the things they want to do in their lives again, and also to reduce their risk of having another cardiac event.
So how would you explain someone who's a runner, someone who seemingly is in incredible shape, being in a marathon or any kind of race and just dying, just having a massive heart? What has he done or what has she done wrong that you can tell us why?
Well, it may not be something that they've done wrong. They may have been genetically predisposed to a cardiac condition that is triggered once they've overstressed their heart in an exercise activity. So you don't have to do anything wrong at all. Now, where you might have done something wrong is if you had a precondition, maybe overdid it, went from a place of inactivity and not exercising, and then decided, hey, I'm running a marathon. And you start to train for it, but really, you really need to give yourself time to train for an activity like that. So you don't have to do something wrong. You could have a predisposition towards a cardiac problem, or you may have overdone something, pushed yourself too hard, didn't have enough liquids in the body. So many different reasons why that can occur. It's not always that somebody did something wrong. It's just that
it's just happen. That, when, as you said, I think either it's a preconditioned thing that you didn't know about, or maybe something that seemed minuscule before just sort of erupted at that time. But on the whole, exercise is a lifesaver. Everybody knows that.
Absolutely. And a cardiac rehab program is designed for that. One, because when we work with an individual who's had a heart attack or had some heart condition that requires exercise, first of all, there's over 100 different cardiac conditions, pretty much. The thing is, each of those cardiac conditions have different specific things that you would do for them if you were exercising with them. Plus, there's the latest research in HIIT, which is high-intensity training, that they're now looking at as a way for people with heart conditions Once they've already had a medical assessment, been determined what kind of physical activity it can do, had some lifestyle education, and then we ensure that they have some psychosocial support. Once people have been lined up with all of that, they can then do the latest types of training in cardiac rehab. But you need to see a specialist or a professional first. And when you're working, if you have a heart condition and you're working with somebody who's designing exercises for you, they should be somebody that knows how to work with somebody that's had a heart condition.
All right, well, there's going to be a lot of information that you're going to be able to share with us on Thursday when you're here, much more than you have the time in the morning. So we're looking forward to hearing all of that information, and hopefully if there are people who would like that information, they will ask you those questions as well. Okay, so we'll talk to you and see you again on Thursday morning right here in the studio.
Absolutely. Happy New Year to you and yours, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Joanne James, founder and medical exercise specialist of Medfit Rehab, will improve your overall health through medical exercise. Contact Joanne James, 647-259-5481, medfitrehab.com.